And good morning. Good morning, guys. All right. Let me see. I'm trying to adjust the levels. Got a new little microphone here, so when I turn over here to do this stuff, you'll still be able to hear me. Let me know if you can. Guys, I'm Bob, K6UDA. Welcome to the big radio show where we talk about all kinds of cool stuff. And let me turn on the Yasu over here. I'm going to turn that one down. Wires X is up. If you guys want to call in, just kind of jump in there on Wires X or FCS 003 room 48. YouTubers, jump on in. Let's see. Let's go to camera 2 here, and audio is booming. All right, is it too hot? Is the mic too hot? Here's what I did. I had to jump in and I got this this USB lavalier mic. It's not a great mic, and I get it. So anyway, is what it is. You guys are helping me out. You're helping me get this all dialed back in. Man, you know what? I had the desk. I had everything so dialed in California, and it's just not there. But anyway, let's see. Steve, K04AFL, was first in the chat. Steve, how you doing, my brother? Let's see. David Gregory Kerr. If the AnyTone radio used DMR, then you could use a Raspberry Pi to decipher the audio so people who are eavesdropping cannot hear you. Okay, I don't even know what that means. Let's see. But maybe David, maybe we'll have you come on a little bit later and explain how that works. Let's see. Garrett, I got to add that one. Garrett is my adopted son, the son that I never had. And I want to make a big shout out to Garrett today, because Garrett passed his tech test on Saturday. He called me right after he got done with it. And I want to say congratulations to my adopted son that I never had. Let's see. Marty. Marty is in the house. One of my friends there from California. And let's see. Garrett again. Where are the war dolphins? The war dolphin. I am. You know what? According to the 23, or what is it? 23 or 26 different sexes that you could be. I have declared myself a war dolphin and a two-soul. So, yeah, that's it. Let's see. What else? I'm going to go ahead and open up the QSO lines there, and you can call in on the QSO lines if you so desire. We'll go back over here, and I'll go back to camera number 2. We'll take a few more. Chris says it's 5x5 there. You guys need to let me know if the audio gets to be crappy, because I don't know. Let's see. Has technician got 40 meter privileges? I think, David, I think they're still talking about that. You know, it moves at the speed of government, and government never, until they're instituting a fee, government never moves that quickly. Let's see. You're peaking when I look at camera 2. Jeff Nielsen, I'm peaking when I look at camera 2. Maybe man, I don't know why this thing is peaking. 83. I'm gonna lower my my levels here just a little bit. You guys tell me if I'm still good. Yep. As far as I know, like Mike says here, HF privileges for the techs are strictly, well, there is some 40 meter on CW. There is a little bit of CW, I believe, but nothing on phone, other than that little sliver of what is it, 28,300 to 28,400, I believe, on 10 meters. So yep. So anyway, Garrett is studying for the general test. So you know what? He'll be doing that. And hopefully he'll be a general soon, and we'll be talking on the ham radio. Let's see. Hello from Croatia. Thank you. Wow, the radio adventurer. Cool, dude. Thank you so much. Hey, we got a really big show today. So far, looks like 48 people in the house, and 17 in there, 17 with the thumbs up. We need to get them thumbs up going. Guys, please jump in there. Get the 28.3 to 28.5. Oh, yes. Okay. Ron, thank you. 28.3 to 28.5. Haven't been on 10 meters in, God, it seems like forever. And I used to love that band until everything just kind of took a dump. Anyway, today's really, really big shoe. We're going to be talking about rugged radios. And I have one here. It's not mine. It's my friend Dave's, and he loaned it to me. So here's how the whole thing started out. And I'm going to grab my notes here. I have been getting very, very, very heavy into the UTV scene out here in Idaho, and I'm going with a bunch of friends. Well, my friends, they are all setting up. They're all setting up their side-by-sides with these rugged radios. And I have been very resistant to go out and purchase the rugged radios. Number one, because a lot of this stuff, we got the super chat. Hang on here. I have to. Yeah, baby. Steve, thank you. Glad to see you back, Bob. Thank you very much. And another super chat there from Dawn. Thank you again, Dawn. Yeah, something for the swear jar. Nice. Glad to see you live on YouTube. And another Dawn. Yes, another Dawn. Man, you guys are so cool. Thank you so much, man. Thank you guys so much. That is so cool. On the road, so have to keep chat to a minimum, but I'm watching one eye and the other on the road. WJ3U. Thank you guys so much. Thank you again, man. That is awesome. I love it. You guys are the guys that help make it worth it. All right, so I'm going to come up here. I got my notes here because I got to have notes. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go through this kind of in this order, and I got lots of notes here. So, Rugged Radios, we'll go here. Rugged Radios is selling radios and equipment not in the hundreds, not in the thousands, but in the hundreds of thousands. There are tons and tons of folks out there that are into the four-wheel drive, car racing, UTV racing, and so they are literally buying these things by the hundreds of thousands. It is kind of crazy. Now, you guys also know that I'm in the Jeep scene. I have been on the Jeep scene for a long time. I do have my ham radio, my FTM 400, my other FTM 400, parked in the Jeep along with a CB. I've been thinking lately about replacing that CB with a GMRS radio because there's a lot of people in the Jeep scene, the four-wheel drive scene, that aren't they're not into ham radio. They're not gonna get their license, or they haven't got their license. They don't know about it. But they are buying GMRS radios by the thousands. Lots of them. Yes, GMRS, you're supposed to get a license, but by last count that I did, I kind of went into the FCC, looked at the amount of licenses. There's about 100,000 GMRS licenses issued in the United States. Most of those are to municipalities. So most people that are buying the radios, they're not getting licensed. They're just not doing it. The FCC has no enforcement mechanism for that. In ham radio here, we pretty much police ourselves. Anyway, back to the screen, down the down screen there. Let's see. So, anyway, my friends have purchased these rugged radios. They come pre-programmed with a whole bunch of stuff on there, and let me see if I can't run a screen here, and I will put one of these guys up, and you could see. Let me hang on here. All right, you could see. So these are the rugged radio channels. They come pre-programmed on their radios, and like you could see, these are all commercial stuff here. There is some GMRS radios. They put some weather frequencies in there, and go back over. Whoop. Oh no, that's another frequency somebody's talking on. When the FCC, FCC, I guess, recently changed the fee structure, and there's a 10-year license for $35. It's good for you and your family. I still don't know how many people are actually going to go out and partake of the GMRS license. Anyway, back to the ruggeds. These are all frequencies, and let me pull that guy up again. Oh man, where are you? Let me go back to here. And all right. So on the, nope, that's not the screen I wanted. Not the screen we are looking for. Anyway, we'll pull this one up here. And here's more channels. These are for some of the other rugged radios. Now, these guys do a ton more. I have found out now that they do a ton more than just the radios themselves. What they, they do helmet kits. They do the in-helmet air systems. A lot of stuff for some top-notch race cars. So they are pretty much the biggest in the business. Now, the reason that they sell all these things with all these commercial frequencies plugged in already is because what they're expecting is hey, I go out, I buy, I build a race car, I'm associated with a team, or I've got sponsorship from Yokohama or BFG or some other big name company. Well, I can operate under their license when they're out at the track and I'm out at the track. I'm kind of like an employee. So I can operate under that assumption that I'm with this organization. So, let's see. Bought a radio. All right, let me go back here and we'll go back to, all right, let me go over there. Actually go to camera 2, and I think this would be your sentiment in saying, okay, I'm gonna put up a couple of comments here. We'll go to a couple of comments. Willing to license, then they should not be allowed to purchase the transceiver. Well, Dave, good thought, but you know what? Super, super tough. It's illegal. I also believe in freedom in America, and it's a legal product. So basically, yeah. Now, Rugged just rebrands their items. Well, let me get back to David. So according to that theory, you wouldn't be able to buy any kind of a radio system unless you've already purchased the requisite license. I kind of don't agree with that. And unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess for businesses, they don't have to. That's not, those radios are sold through a million different vendors. And it would be almost impossible to keep people from buying radios without the license. Just like there's a lot of people who don't have ham licenses, but yet they could buy a ham radio. Let's see. Daryl says, not true. Rugged just rebrands the items. PCI has been in the game years prior to Rugged. Yeah, that's true. PCI has been in the game for years. But I'll tell you what, and let's go here. Anyway, let's go back to my other deal here. Let me find that one. Okay, so shop by use. Okay, you could get the complete UTV side by side kits, and I started looking at these kits. They have them specific. There's my Polaris kit there. $1,250. Now, what do you get for your $1,250? Well, the part that I do need to buy is the intercom portion, and the intercom comes with this very, very cool intercom system. It comes with the helmet kit or the headset kit. I would buy the headset kit if I was going to do this, because I don't really need to run a helmet all the time. In the wintertime, I would run a helmet. Comes with filters, ground straps, all the wiring stuff to get you in for $1,250. It also comes with a mobile radio, a digital and analog mobile radio, and I need to thank Arthur there. Let's see. Thanks, Bob, for the help and expertise on ham radio from fellow NorCal resident. Thanks. Hey, Arthur, thank you. Thank you. I don't even know which camera I'm on. I'm on camera number 2. Wow. I am just getting, getting overrun here. Anyway, all these guys that I'm riding with, they are running. Wow, hang on here. Come back to here. They're all running these rugged radios now, and two of the things, I had fairly recently put this Garmin in my car, and this Garmin here comes with a MURS radio setup, and I did a review on this along with that MURS radio setup. It does work. Now, unfortunately, the rugged radios don't have the MURS programmed in. Fortunately, I'm kind of a hacker, so I've kind of gone and I reprogrammed a little bit in this one here in my buddies, and I added all the MURS frequencies so he could get on there with his MURS. But in his car now, he is running one of those nice digital mobile deals. Anyway, let's see. Where was I? So I'm thinking, how do I get in? See, the other thing that I also need is for me running in. Let me go back to here and Safari. So the other thing that I'm looking at here for me, the biggest thing for me is the intercom system. And I really want the intercom system because it is loud in that thing. I want to be able to talk to Mrs. K6UDA while we're on the trail. The next big thing, so I need the intercom. I want hearing protection, and because it's loud again, and the hearing protection in the wintertime helps keep my ears kind of unfrozen if I'm wearing a hat. As far as the radios, now we start to look at these radios here, and they call this a weatherproof radio. And this system, this whole system for $1,250, which right now I'm not a buyer. I'm looking at this stuff because I was looking at that intercom system. That's the big thing that I'm looking at. But you gotta have a weatherproof, waterproof, dustproof kind of a radio. So do I want to throw my ham radio out there in my side-by-side? Not really. I really don't care to do that. I would be much more apt to do something like a Bowfang that's cheap, and not the rugged Bowfang that they sell for twice what everybody else can buy one. Let's see. Let me jump down here. Take a look at some of these comments here. The examinations were successful. Okay. I got. You guys are talking to each other, and that's cool. So anyway, I'm too cheap to spend $1,300 on this setup. So I'm gonna run back to me, actually, camera 2, and I'll come back over here. So anyway, I'm looking at trying to spend my money doing the intercom. I'll tell you what, I've looked at PCI's intercom systems. Yes, they do have a good intercom system. And I haven't made up my mind. I'm not a rugged user yet. I'm not a PCI guy. I actually built my own system when I was racing several years ago in the drag racing world. I built my own system, sourced out my own headsets for the crew. I had the helmet kit with the oxygen and everything coming in. So I have already got a lot of these pieces and parts. Now, will they work with some of this new stuff? And will they work in a car that is going to get, flooded, that's going to be covered, caked in mud and snow and crap? I don't know. That's why I start looking at some of these other companies and some of these other alternatives to trying to do this myself. Which brings me to what we are doing today. I have figured out a better way of doing one of these radios. Is I've repurposed the 878 over here, and now this thing is just such a stud. I will take that with me when I go side by side riding, because number one, this thing is built like a brick shithouse, because it is a brick shithouse. Very, very well built. Let's see. I wanted to so here's my experiment that I just did, and I did it yesterday. I took this radio and I crap here. I redid it. I reinitialized the radio as a commercial radio. So now it opens it up, and I plugged in all of the frequencies that were on this radio. And I also cloned this radio onto here, or a lot of the frequencies. So I've also got them on a Bowfang. Reprogrammed this one to include the MURS frequencies, but not the ham radio frequencies, because Dave is not a ham. If he ever becomes a ham, I'll reprogram this thing as a ham radio. Anyway, what I love about the 878 is, number one, built. It's a commercial radio, so it is built very, very well. It is sealed very, very well. It has Bluetooth, so I can Bluetooth this to my sound bar. I can Bluetooth this to my helmet if I'm wearing a helmet, or to a Bluetooth enabled intercom system, which is very, very cool. Number two, it is loud. This is the loudest ham radio that I own, that I have heard, period. End of story. The fact that it's a DMR radio gives me the ability to set up, and I know you guys can't really see this, and I can't turn it down. I can't. Anyway, I can set up zones on this, and so the zones that I have are I've got a MURS zone, and let's see if I can't get you guys to see this stuff. I wish okay, so I have a MURS zone. I have a GMRS zone that has GMRS and FRS on it. I have the rugged radio frequencies in here. I've got my public safety frequencies, so I could scan for like Twin Falls PD and the fire department. I have weather, and then I've got my ham radio, which also includes a local DMR ham radio repeater, which I can't hit from here. But anyway, so everything is in nice, tidy little bundles for me. And it works really, really well. Let's see. Running back here. The legal aspects of rugged radios, or PCI. Rugged markets their solutions as a pre-programmed commercial radio setup. They're frequencies that are mainly owned or run by big companies and race organizations all in the off-road world. Their assumption is, apparently, if you're buying the system, you're going to operate under one of those commercial licenses as an employee. That's about as close as I can guess, but it doesn't account for, yes, thousands upon thousands of people. And trust me, go out to King of the Hammers, and there will be there's 100,000 people, probably more than any state in the union has, in ham radio operators. And you will have thousands upon thousands of people that have these things in their Jeeps, in their side-by-sides, on their motorcycles. And I don't know, most of them. What model on the AnyTone is Bob talking about from Mr. Rice? This is the AnyTone 878. What is it? The UV 878. Anyway, you can almost see it. Let's see, if I go to camera 2, maybe I could show you guys a little bit better here. Yeah, just a little bit. Pull it away, bring it in. It's bad. It's bad. I don't know why the lights won't work. I don't know. Anyway, so I have gone on to let's see. Let me find the website again. So I went on to Rugged Radio's site, and I just went on to Rugged Radios because all these other guys are using the same radio. And when you're riding with a bunch of people, it really helps to be on that same page with everybody else. So I looked at build my own intercom kit. And so I started looking at build my own intercom. And I was looking at the 696 intercom. Well, they've got a kit here that has everything except the headsets for $650. I looked at other things, intercoms, the intercom only, and they have this 364 intercom that I looked at. But looking at that, along with some of the other things that I wanted, here's this 364 total communication setup, $750. Pricing these things out all over the internet and sourcing this stuff out myself, I came up with $750, or $730, and that is absolutely just doing it on my own. And that's, wow, it's a spam risk. It's spam. I don't want to talk to spam. So this is not going to be a cheap proposition for me, regardless of getting into the intercom system. So anyway, trying to do it without buying either the that one is, what is that? Okay. Anyway, trying to do it without buying this $1,250 package. I don't want to do that if I don't have to. But it may end up being the cheapest way is to buy that whole system, and you go back to here, and buying that, and then maybe selling the radio out of it, because I really don't see myself using that mobile radio. I don't really need it. I think the AnyTone is, don't you need a programming cable for the 878? Yes, I actually do have, let's go to, I do have programming software and a cable for the 878. And so that's how I can easily do this thing and make it work. And really, I mean, I think this has worked out really, really nicely so far. Now, I know some of the ham police here are going to scream, but you can't take this and you can't talk on the commercial channels. You can't use it for GMRS. You can't use it for MURS because it's not a type accepted radio. I get that. I do get that. But what it does do is it allows me to legally monitor all of these frequencies. So if the other guys are operating illegally on say KOH Ops channel, and we're all off in the middle of nowhere, I could monitor what they're saying. And if I get into a crash or I come across a life-threatening situation and I need to get a hold of these guys and I can't, we're not all right on top of each other. Well, at that point, I make my decision whether I'm going to break the law and use one of these frequencies or not. Or if they're on a MURS frequency, if I could get them all on MURS, I could get on my type accepted MURS radio and legally talk to them because they're not on ham radio. And generally around here, if I can't get a hold of them on the phone because the phones don't work, well, you know what? I'm kind of running out of options. Anyway, this gives me more options. So that's how I answer you the ham police that may watch this later. Who knows? Let's see. Let's see. Nothing good can come except. Okay, a lot of you guys are. I'm looking through the comments here, trying to find things to jump out. So I know JSS just heard about a new GMR Midland Mobile due in the spring of 22. Cool. I will look at that. I know every once in a while I can get a hold of, GMRS mobiles, and I would actually put a GMRS mobile in my Jeep, or I might put the rugged radio in my Jeep. I could actually reprogram that as a GMRS mobile. Let's see. So anyway, I've got all that. I've got this thing is done. It's ready to go. I could test it out. Actually, we did. My buddy, he called me on this. It works. This works on all the frequencies. I got the MURS frequency that I could talk to this from this, type accepted. This also works on my ham radio frequencies, all the local ham radio repeaters it works on. So very, very good. Let's see. What's the difference between what you do and what's called overlanding? From Dawn. What overlanding is more of, hang on, let's come back to here. Overlanding, more kind of going long distances. Most guys are taking camping gear with them, and they're doing a significant amount of camping. You could go overlanding in anything. I do a little bit of overlanding with the Jeep, and that's, that could be, going from like here into way into the Utah desert, doing that kind of off-road. Let's see. What I do, I'll do a lot of shorter trips. I've done the Rubicon. I've done Ford Ice in the Jeep. Now with side-by-side, we're doing a lot of local stuff here. And it's, they're day trips for the most part, because you just don't have enough room to carry food, tents, sleeping bags, all that stuff in a side-by-side. It's tough. It can be done, and I do see people doing it. I just haven't done it. Let's see. The MURS frequencies. Okay, Chris Townsend. What is the MURS frequencies he's talking about? Okay, MURS, and let me pull up my let me pull this up here, and I will show you. Okay. MURS frequency list. All right. This is MURS. It's called the Multi-Use Radio Service, and this is a unlicensed, free for anybody to use radio service. There's 5 channels. We'll go here. 5 channels here for MURS. Remember, this is Wikipedia, so anybody could put anything they want. the beautiful thing about MURS is like the Garmin tread here that I've got. Garmin here, they could use MURS on a GPS. It's not a big deal. They don't actually, they don't have to worry about people getting licensed. And in Garmin's case, they want to sell GPSs, and they're trying out this deal, a GPS with built-in two-way radio to stay in touch with your group. Well, you don't want to promote a radio system like GMRS that you actually have to get a license for, because people don't want to get a license. You know, a lot of people don't want to spend extra money to get a license for whatever reason. But MURS allows them to do that. It also allows you to have a remote mounted antennas, which is fairly important. You could put gain antennas on your car. You could mount the antenna up at the top of the car, giving you a lot better reception, a lot better gain when you're transmitting. So anyway, just another radio service, MURS, multi-use radio service. And we'll go back out here to this. It is 12:49. We have how many people on the stream here? I've got 41 thumbs up, 48 people on the stream. Wow, not a lot of people, but hey, I'm having fun. Anything else that you guys want to talk about? Let's see. You know what? Here's another thing. When we're talking about, say, the AnyTone, or you could use another DMR radio. Very, very easy to program these things, because most of these channels here, or most of the frequencies that you're going to be using, if you wanted to set something up like I've done here to work alongside the people that have these radios, is the fact that almost all of this stuff is analog. So you're not setting up color codes, you're not setting up slot 1 or 2, you're not doing any of that. It's very, very easy. It's analog radio for the most part. Let's see. Let's just go to camera 2, and let's see. What do you guys want to talk about? We got about 10 minutes left before the top of the hour, and I'm going to look through. I'll go look through these very quickly, see if there's any other questions. If there's any questions for anybody, or if anybody has any other little subjects you guys want to jump in with, now's the time. You know what? It's Open Monday. Open Line Monday. Also, we could jump in here on Wires X or FCS 003 Room 48 YouTubers on the FCS network. And you know what? I can open this up if anybody wants to actually be on the show live right now. Here's your opportunity. Just copy that, and copy that little link there under the YouTubers thing, and you could jump in, be live, and I'll put you on. Let's see. Hi, Bob. It's Guy. I'm Bob Guy, Sacramento, and your SFARC buddy. W6GUY. Guy, how you doing? Very cool to see you. Let's see your Shack HF station and antenna so far. Okay, so the shack HF station over here is it's the ICOM 7300. That's the HF station here in the shack. I also have my IC 705 here in the shack. I'm going to turn that down. So I've got both the 705 and the 7300 that I keep in the shack. The 705 mainly in the shack is used for D-Star. So I jump on the D-Star reflectors and go play. Let's see. What else am I running over here? I'm running an MFJ IntelliTuner. So this is the MFJ 939, J939 antenna tuner with a plug directly into the back of the 7300 over here. And so when I hit the tuner on there, I get better tuning. I have a wire antenna up, and let me see. I have a new one that I will be putting up very, very shortly. This is from Davis RF. It's the ARS 10099. And this is another wire antenna. This one will be going up very soon as I get some new coax to put up with it. What else? Oh, yeah. The tower. I'm still working on getting the tower back up in the air, and I have picked up a step IR urban beam to go with the tower. But that's going up on the back side of the property, way back over here, and that's going to go for the contest station that will be Studio B. Let's see. Chris Townsend would love to see the program that I use for the AnyTone. Not the software, not the programming software itself, but the channel programming. Yeah, Chris, the channel programming that I did, I basically, for the AnyTone, went and, let's see. Give me a second. How come I can't switch? Go to the camera, go to the screen here, and we'll go here. Nope, not that one. Not that one. Come on, this one. All right. So these are the frequencies that I used. Basically, over here, this is the frequency list that I ran, and this is what comes pre-programmed on the rugged radios. Now I guess some of these are for different radios. I don't remember who provided this little bit of goodness. Close all those tabs. Let's see. What else? What was my biggest surprise in moving to the new QTH? Let's go here and let me move back. Go to camera 2. A couple of questions here. My biggest surprise in moving to the new QTH. My biggest surprise, I think, was when I went to go buy my first firearm here in in Idaho, and I got to walk out with it in under 10 minutes. It took me less time to buy the gun or to buy a little pistol than it took to find the plumbing parts that I was also shopping for. That was my biggest surprise. And it was a very pleasant one. Let's see. The Wuxon KG805 GMRS. Yeah, another radio that, you know what, maybe I'll get my hands on one and do a review on some of these GMRS radios. Bob, where is the K3? Don, the K3 is out in Studio B. And Studio B, I haven't really started on it yet. Still putting a lot of stuff together. Studio B, I hope to start pretty soon. We'll just put it that way. Maybe by next year, Studio B will start to take form. I'm waiting for the lumber prices to come down because I've got to build some stuff in Studio B to make all that work. Let's see. Freedoms of Idaho. Duh. And everything else. Yes. What is my ground conductivity? I think what we call it here, moon dust. And the ground is so weird here. It's where I was, it was primarily decomposed granite. And here, I can't even tell you. I don't know what it is. Which coax will I be purchasing for that new antenna from Gary? I just ordered 50 feet of RG8X. So I'm using the RG8X for this antenna because I need it to be very flexible. And right now I've got some temporary coax up, and that was actually temporary coax that I had set up for a mag loop. So it's like RG58. It's horrible. For as far as a real antenna, it's no good. You got to get at least RG8X on there. Man, 4 thumbs down, 46 thumbs up, 56 people on the stream. If you haven't already smashed that like button, please smash that like button right now. Coming up at 1300 hours, so we're coming up at the top of the hour here. Which coax will I be purchasing? Hello from my neighbor in Pocatello, John Anderson. Thank you. Thank you, neighbor. Good to see you. Ron asks, why not a DB18 step IR? Well, Ron, 2 reasons. Number one, because I made such a screaming deal on this Urban Beam that I couldn't pass it up. And number 2, I wanted something that I could pretty much put up and take down by myself. And getting a huge beam is a multi-person process. Let's see, now 50 thumbs up, 54 people on the stream. Let's see, screen captured. Thanks. You know what, Chris? All these things that I showed you are accessible on the web. Do a Google search or a DuckDuckGo search on rugged radio frequencies, and it'll all come up. My brother Danny, Danny, my brother. Danny is one of my old friends. Very, very good, dear friend who's stuck behind enemy lines in California. Thank him for his service because he did quite a bit of it in the military for years and years and years. And now he's turned to the dark side. He's an attorney, and he's also on the city council in the little town that I used to live in. So, Danny, good to see you. Oh, wrong camera. Danny, good to see you, brother. Say hi to the rest of the team for me. Let's see. Jonathan Anderson, we should meet up on the intertie sometime. Yeah, anytime, brother. I turn that thing on quite a bit. And from Ron, see you 73 from Ron N6XT. Good to see you, brother. And again, we're up at the top of the hour. It has been lunch with Bob, and so I'll go ahead and I'll put the big Patreon screen up, and guys, this has been so cool. Will Chirp program the rugged radio? Yes, actually, Chirp will program the rugged radio, and it did. I plugged this thing in on Chirp and said, read the radio. It read it. And so then I took all the frequencies and I copied them off onto my little, well, this is a $40 Baofeng because this is a 3-bander. This one does also 2 meter, 220, and 440. So got that all in here. And then I was able to write back a bunch of stuff onto the rugged radio, turning my buddy's rugged radio into, he's got the GMRS frequencies, the FRS frequencies, and the MURS frequencies on here now. Very, very cool. Glad to do that. And I'm going to actually try to reprogram their mobiles. And if I can add the MURS frequencies on their mobiles, it just kind of will tie everything. Then they'll be able to use those guys in their cars and be able to talk to me on MURS through my Garmin radio. Just looked at MURS, not legal in Australia. Channel 1 to 4 are not used, but channel 5 is used, from Simon Templar. Yeah, all I know is US, dude. Sorry. Let's see. 80 channel UHF CB with repeaters. Wow. 80 channel CB with repeaters. Pretty cool. That would be I would like to look at that. All right, guys. Again, thank you for joining the show here. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. Also, next to that subscribe button, hit the bell notification. And leave a comment if you're watching this after the fact. Leave a comment on the video. Really, really helps me. The YouTube algorithm is a mysterious and sometimes weird place to be. And I don't know what makes it tick, but it's obviously not happy with me right now. So I can use all the help I can get. You guys, you have the power to back end YouTube and get me back in the recommended boxes of other hams and people who like radio. And that's it. That's all I got. Guys, thank you. Thanks for joining me. It has been a great lunch. I think maybe next week I will actually bring lunch in here and I'll talk and eat. Thanks for joining me for lunch. I hope I made your lunch hour kind of cool. Hope you enjoyed this. Leave a comment again. Let me know. Do you like this kind of content? Yes or no? And what are you guys doing? You 4x4 guys, what are you doing for your comms? Guys, I'm Bob, K6UDA, and I am out of here. 7-3. Thanks.